Welcome back to the episode. Today is April 22nd. We are fresh off the Pistons winning game two of the first round of the 2026 playoffs, winning that, but also able to get a monkey off their back, break a streak, if you will. That was the first win, home win in the playoffs since like, the 07-08 season, if I'm not mistaken. So
Mhm.
yeah, I think it was kind of good to watch them in real time, kind of get over that hump, get that monkey off their back, and also just play this. I mean, I feel like tonight was the team that we've known and started to fall, fell in love with as far as just how they played all season and even last season. Looked like they look like the real like Detroit Pistons team that we know that they are. Um, you know, uh, Came out, kind of weathered the storm, had a rocky first half, but was able to pretty much turn things on. I think like a 28-3 run in the third quarter to start the third quarter. So, keep it over you, E. Just
Yeah.
want to see your thoughts on how the Pistons were able to, really just bounce back and win a much needed game two.
No, I think you nailed it when you said this is much more of the cloth we're cut from. Like this is the ilk of the team. They are. I feel like that first game we kind of got shell shocked. It looked like I think we had that week off where we were kind of lounging. We had the week off where they were kind of fighting for their life still, and I think that we took that into game one much more than we should have. Showed that we were kind of still a young team that needs to kind of have that fire lit under our butt a little bit. But it's great to kind of see get the monkey off the back for lack of a better term. You're just looking. I pulled it up. Last playoff win for the Pistons at home was May 26, 2008. I mean, we're talking our sophomore year in high school. I think that's what, if I'm right, maybe freshman.
Mm-hmm.
I like freshman. That's freshman in high school.
Yes, it is.
Um,
Yep, yep.
so we went from little boys to this. Cade would have been the what 5, 4, 5. So I mean,
Yeah.
it's
I mean,
a long time coming. So you look at that and just kind of all in the building blocks, building process. If we would have lost this one, I would have, like you said, we probably would have canceled this podcast, or we would have put together a little something else. So I'm glad that we took off in that third quarter. Yeah, I think we kind of found a little potion to match them. And the last thing I'll say about them is they're a lot tougher than I thought, physically and just in general, like a tougher team to play against. Suggs, Bain, Pablo, Wagner, they all can kind of stay in front of Cade. They can all move with them. They all can. I think that is something that you typically don't see four defenders that can could be a primary defender on our best player. So I think they have a
yep.
lot of length, a lot of size, skill. So I think we were, look at our last podcast, we were talking about Charlotte, like they were done deal. So I think we might have jinxed
Yeah.
ourselves a little bit. we needed a little bit of the just to swallow the ego a little bit. So I think that's kind of where we are now. But
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, if they would have lost tonight, they would have thought we uploaded like a video from like 2023 on accident. We was told the NFL draft in mid-April instead of the Pistons. But no,
no,
yeah,
for sure.
no. The way they responded was much needed. Also, NBA Twitter says that that Orlando might have threw the game against the Sixers just because they didn't want to see Boston again. But I don't know, neither here
Mhm.
or there. Playoffs are all about matchups. So, um, yeah, but you're right though. We match up a lot more with them than like. I knew we matched up pretty well with Orlando, but like you said, the physicality they are matching that pretty well. And they also have all them guys you named on defense can also go get their own shot, which is just like kind of been
Yeah,
a problem. They can't really shoot, but they can get to the basket. You got Suggs has been, he's been a little
right.
high, but they they're about as bad at shooting three than we are. So I think that's what kind of like levels, has this series a lot more. I think it kind of works more in our favor because of that than um
Yes.
yeah.
So I think that's the problem in game one. We both of us can't shoot. So if both of us aren't shooting, and then they're gonna out rebound us, out physical us, beat us up in the paint. Then if Cade's gonna be the only one to show up, it's gonna be hard out there. Like you said, the 39-point stat line, amazing. 4 assists, that's not exactly his game.
Right.
If he has 39 and 10, then we are rolling. But
Oh
I would
yeah.
much rather if I feel better if you see a stat line of Cade like 17 and 14. You're like, okay, then he was dishing and diming. I know we had some threes. I know we were moving the ball. But looking here tonight, Orlando shot 33% from the field. That's just abysmal, to be honest. And I think we affected a lot of that. In the first half, it was blocks galore. K got
Yeah,
a couple.
good.
K got,
7 in the
Duran got
first
one.
quarter, I think.
So you look at that, and I mean, we didn't. They shot 8 of 32 from three, and we were 6 of 26. That's not good either. So it's kind of
Yeah.
you look at how we were playing. Call it 6, maybe a month ago, where the team was starting to heat up, get close to that 10, 11, 12 threes a game. I think that is not necessarily where we need to be to get out of this series. I would like us to be closer to that double-digit mark as possible, but that's just a given for modern-day NBA at this point. But
Right.
moving forward, you're going to have to begin to get hot again. If you survive and advance out of this series, you're not going to. I would damn near say you're not gonna beat Boston too many times going 6 to 26, unless
No.
they have 6 to 56 night or something. That's the only way you're
That's
gonna
why
be
they
catching
probably
them.
didn't want Boston. Like Boston shoots 63s a game. Like I mean, they'll shoot you out the gym. Like,
Mm-hmm.
like we're like polar opposites. Like of what they do. So you really don't want to see that. But yeah, I mean, this is where I think it's going to just kind of, like I said, we shoot the ball, we shoot the three slightly better. I think during the season. Um, we were able to even one game I watched, it was ugly. We went like 0-24 from three, if I'm not mistaken, before hitting one or two. Watching like a random Sunday afternoon. I mean, that was probably one of the most like frustrating. I mean, it was just a rock fight.
Yeah, I
Like,
don't not to talk down upon our boys now because I like them, but I
oh,
think
well, I was gonna say like that's our game though. Like that shows
no,
how
no,
good
no,
this.
no, no. I'm just saying in general, it is going to come to push the shove, or we're gonna have to get some more shoot. Like we're gonna have to get a shooter out here. Like you're gonna
Yep.
have to get another, you know, ball handler that can be in the teens and hit some threes when scoring every
Yep.
night. You would like to think it could be Carlos LeVert. You would like to think it could be Duncan Robinson. You would like somebody has to give us that extra spark, and particularly it needs to be from three. We need to have Duncan. Tobias has to give us. I mean, them two alone should be giving us 6 threes a night.
Yeah.
So Duncan gave us 3 of them. Tobias is 0 for 3. So, Cade is 1. After that, Isaiah Stewart smacked 1. So
Yep.
and then Kevin Herter. So I think we gotta find a way to manufacture that, and however that looks. And on top of finding ways to get Duran, just keeping him active. I think he's in his head a little bit or something. But he better game tonight, but still not a game we would expect.
Yeah. And
I honestly he played better than his numbers looked, but he had 11 and 5. I would have thought he played bigger than that. But
I think that's what, yeah. And then another way to, we can look at that, we talked about before we got on here was, I mean, there's still a lot of meat on the bone just from like the offensive side of things. Like, you're able to pretty much strong arm them tonight, and like guys aren't even playing, to their level. I mean, like Asar only played, 28 minutes. He got in the foul trouble and played like 8, 9 minutes in the first half.
mm-hmm.
During, I mean, he, took more shots, more aggressive, but you got to imagine they're going to try to find ways to get him going, as we get later on into this series. That's really where I think it's going to be won. Like I said, I mean, they just don't have, I mean, they got Ben Carroll, but he can like kind of play more on the perimeter. I just don't think like, what's this dude's name? Wendell Carter can just like take this 3, 4 more games. Like, you know what I'm saying? Duran's got, at least through 2, 3 inches, 30, 40 pounds on him. You got Stewart down there. I mean, I think, Tobias in there. Like, I think like I do it's like today it kind of feel like it's kind of like the dam broke. Like I do feel like not trying to be like overconfident. I do feel like they can like I do think they're gonna win. They can walk in there and win game three. And I feel like this was more of just like what Pistons were doing wrong first game. I give Orlando credit how they kind of came out and hit him in the mouth, but like I think it was more what the Pistons did wrong game one and like the first half of this game than like what Orlando was doing. I don't know. It goes. I think it can go a little both ways. Maybe like a 70-30 us Orlando.
I would put it more on us because I think we just came in first. I think we came in like the team that played like we had the first round bye almost. Like we were just
Right.
like we kind of came in and then to their credit they took advantage of that, punched us right in the mouth. We did not respond well.
Right.
As a unit, Cade responded well. I'm sitting around in the basement like, is he gonna do this? Like I know he got to give us like a 45 piece, but it was 48 piece or something. But it was in that swinging distance. It just we could never get over that last
Yeah,
hurdle.
they get six. They rattle off six every time we get within like two or three. Yeah,
And
or
then
tie
this
it.
first game, first half of this game, I think we've seen spurts of what we want to do, and then they combated it. And in the second half, it was just an onslaught of how we, Detroit Pistons basketball, we just unleashed it on them.
Yep.
And not even to the full extent, like you said, we left a lot of meat on the bone. So I think, I mean, even in modern day basketball, to hold a team to 83 points, you kind of beat the shit out of them. You kind of, you kind of,
Yeah. I mean that third. Yeah. I mean that third quarter, 38-16.
right, yeah. That's damn near half their point total in our quarter for us.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no. So I think, it is not the toughest place to play down there, but I know that their fans are going to be hungry. They probably think they got a little hope in their how they're feeling. But I think it comes down to our players playing big. I expect Cade to have another big game. I expect Duran to step up, and I fully expect us to go ahead and get that game on Saturday. I'm
Yeah.
not overly worried about it, especially with how we look the second half here. I think that you get a lot of confidence going in, flying in down to Orlando for the weekend here.
No, definitely. That'd be one thing. If it was like if they walked out of there like lost by possession, like oh we can get these guys. But I
Yeah.
think the way that like this kind of like they're probably a little more shell shocked. But yeah, I mean like to shoot that bad, only score 83 points, to kind of get you know, got like just an avalanche kind of thrown at you third quarter like that. I feel like they're like reeling a little bit more. Like they, the
Mm-hmm.
confidence can't be that high walking out of the building as it was Sunday night. So yeah, we'll need like Cade. They're throwing guys at him, but they don't really matter. I mean, he's hitting shots on everybody. I mean, this is where I think his game is even getting more. I mean, this has always kind of been his thing, but he's really then living in that mid range, getting in the paint, using his body, taking a lot of fadeaways, just working, kind of like free throw line in,
Yeah.
to where, yeah. And I mean, it's been Ben Carroll, it's been Wagner, it's been Suggs. It hasn't really mattered. They haven't really been able to figure out anything for him yet.
No, his game is really polished. I mean, you look at it, he's averaging obviously 1-1, but he's averaging 33 points.
Yeah.
Trying to do the math, 7 assists, 6 rebounds. I mean that's what more can you ask for? But I do
Mhm.
think when you say what more can you ask for, I think this is why you got a supermax contract. If it push good does come to shove down in Orlando on Saturday, you got to do what you got to do. I think we
Yeah.
need them big shots. We need them big possessions. Now is when you kind of really make that. All NBAs are cool, but the real legends are built in the playoffs.
Right.
I think this team is it's young, and I think these are the fights that I think you can quickly see if we're gonna jump another couple progression steps forward and maybe really do make an Eastern Conference run this year or not. I think you could probably tell that in how we close out this series.
Yep.
Before we even get there. We lackadaisical. We go down there and get smacked again, and then we win fourth, and then they come, and then next thing is game 7, and so we come into the next round all tired, and then, like it's, versus putting them away in 5, or maybe
Right.
it's maybe possibly back against the wall 6. I think, I think you'll learn a lot about the squad, and
Oh yeah.
and just the shooter got to shoot, man. Kevin Herter, where you at? Tobias, we need you from deep. Uh,
Yeah. I said, Herder, he hit a big one.
Even Cade before he went down, Cade was having them 5 of 8, 4 6s. Let's start smacking them out every other night too.
Like to see Duncan, he had three. Like to see at least that. But yeah, I mean, got to see some other guys, just step up to where I feel like, the guys, I mean, the bench didn't play all that well from a scoring standpoint, which that's not like always the whole story, right? But it's like they did have to do a good job of doing like, just timely scoring. Like Dennis Jenkins came in and was just like aggressive going to the hole. I don't know where the fuck he got this green light from, but we ain't got to get into it right now.
No, I
Nonetheless,
seen somebody real quick. I seen somebody said Dennis Jenkins plays like if you gave Jameer Gibbs a ball basketball. I thought that was doing anything. He just go
oh,
he just take
and it,
off.
it does feel like every
Yeah.
shot, it
No,
looks like it's
he
just
going for
like,
it. Yeah.
yeah, good, yeah, and but like,
I
seven
think
shots off the bench.
I think just to give him a mind of defense, I think it's so much of the season he has been out there with a bunch of dudes where you got to take the shots with,
That's true.
and
And essentially,
forcing
you're
issues.
placing Cade on the floor, so you got to kind of
Yeah,
have a
yeah.
guy that will mirror. Yeah, okay, I see what you're
But
saying.
I think he also has to know when that green light has to go to a yellow for slow. Like
Right,
we have to
right.
that's I think, but he's a youngish player, so hopefully that'll come with time.
Yeah, and I
But
think too. I did like seeing Javante Green. Now, I think this is like, I can look at this right now. Matter of fact, he played 23 minutes this game. Um, I want to see what happened last game. How many minutes did he play? Because I think that in itself, I was kind of sitting there thinking, I'm not a basketball wizard, but he played 5 minutes last game.
yeah,
5 minutes
that's a
last
difference.
game, he was plus 5 minutes last game, he was +1. He played, about to pull it back up here now.
23 minutes is -2, but
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I
still,
just think like his impact,
I think I think in general he's giving you different type of minutes. Like he's
right.
giving you tough, even the points aren't up there, but he has 5 rebounds. I know he's playing good ass defense. I know
Yeah.
he's uh, so yeah, no, he's going to give you
He's just not, he's
clean
like,
tough nose and not take the pro and positive being 0 for 1 is you didn't take many bash shots either. We were just talking about Dennis Jenkins. Yeah, we were just,
right. He hit open three too. Like, so I think
mm,
he kind of stretched the floor a little bit. He come in, hit one, hit two, maybe. Like, I just like his presence on defense. He had like a nice block. Just kind of all over the place, making stuff difficult. Where I think like
for sure.
he had a little, I don't know.
He's a spotty shooter. But I have you like you ain't lying when he's on, he's rolling. I think it's kind of
Yeah,
contagious on his team too. I guess that's what I was trying to say earlier. I think when Cade hits his first couple and Duncan hits one, and
yeah,
we got 3 in the first quarter, I bet you we feel good about ourselves.
yeah,
Versus and we not wanting to take them when you're like you said you're 0 for 24.
yeah, yeah. Right, exactly. So yeah, I mean, feel a lot better. Like I said, as
you don't
far
want to
as
you don't want to Ben Simmons yourself as a
right.
team where you just don't fucking take them either.
Right. No,
But
exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Because I think the one thing even with that too is like when Duncan started putting that ball on the floor like that. I mean, he turned the ball over like two, 3 times by himself last game. Just like it's just not his game. I mean, he got his shot blocked one time. Like, keep firing him. Yeah. I mean, he shot decent clip tonight, but yeah, you gotta keep firing. They'll drop. We said it in the regular season. All they really need is be able to hit. I think they can hit 8 to 11. I think they win most games.
yep,
They can win 4 in a series. They win 8 to 11. They play the level of defense they play, and Cade can continue to do what he does.
I agree with that. No, I don't know if you want to give an extra score prediction, but I'm feeling pretty good about this down on Saturday. I just like it tough. Yeah, I'm not. I don't know. I don't know if you want to throw a score out, but in general, I feel pretty good about just taking the commanding lead. And we'll see. We'll see after that. But because what is it?
Yeah,
2? Was it 2-2? How's this
1
format
1
go?
1,
Yeah, yeah,
2
1-1-1.
2 1 1 1. Yep.
Okay. So yeah, I would really want to get this third game here then.
I mean, this is usually. I mean, it's history says this is kind of what this team, whoever wins this one, like the odds of them winning the series is like monumental. So,
Yeah,
um, but yeah, no credit to them. Pistons getting tying it up. Got a series. So we'll see what happens from here. We'll tune in back with y'all on Wednesday. Talk Pistons because I'm pretty sure they'll have played 4 games by then.
I was just going to ask when
Um,
the next game was. I'm going to play it up real quick.
yep. Might work in a little bit of Lions draft, but yeah, I've said before, it's kind of nice to just not be able to have to like worry about them and just focus on a team that's poised to make a playoff run.
Yeah, I might record a whole separate video just the conspiracy theories I heard, like tight end rumors, and
Oh God,
yeah, scary,
Wood-
scary situation.
Woodward Sports is cooking.
Yeah, they're one of the people. I in general, it's just a weird spot for the Lions. But yeah, no, I'm sure we'll give some recap. At least see what we do, if we're filling needs or not. If we're,
Yeah,
but
but yeah, go Pistons. It's big one on Saturday. So be back with y'all next week. Peace.
yes, sir.